Once again, George Bush is misleading America. John Kerry has never called for a $900 billion tax increase. He wants to cut taxes for the middle class. Doesn't America deserve more from its president than misleading negative ads? John Kerry will crack down on the export of American jobs, get healthcare costs under control, and cut the deficit.
I'm John Kerry, and I approve this message because we need to do what's right for America's economy.
John Kerry, a new direction for America.
Even before Jane Fonda went to Hanoi to meet with the enemy and mock America, John Kerry secretly met with enemy leaders in Paris, though we were still at war and Americans were being held in North Vietnamese prison camps. Then he returned and accused American troops of committing war crimes on a daily basis. Eventually, Jane Fonda apologized for her activities, but John Kerry refuses to. In a time of war, can America trust a man who betrayed his country? Swiftboat Veterans for Truth is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
My father served in the Air Force. My husband served in the Army. My brother was in the 101st Airborne and part of the Iraq invasion. I grew up believing the promise America makes. When you leave your life, your job, your family to protect and defend, you will be taken care of. Dave Reichert voted to cut funding for veterans' health care. Then he accepted a pay raise. That's wrong. We need change that puts our military men and women first. I'm Darcy Berner, and I approve this message.
Mudded her opponent. Maybe it's so she won't have to talk about her own position on the issues, at least not to some voters. But she told her liberal supporters that we should let the tax cuts expire, even though it means tax increases for families, seniors, and small business owners, a return to the marriage penalty, and half the child tax credit wiped out. Darcy Berner is throwing mud. No wonder. If she tells the truth, she'll lose. The National Republican Congressional Committee paid for and is responsible for the content of this message.
Ahora resulta que los segundos pisos y las pensiones de López Obrador
se hicieron con buen gobierno, ahorro y honradez.
¿A quién quieren engañar?
López Obrador permitió estos delitos. No se puede confiar en él. López Obrador es un peligro para México.
Los del PAN atacan a López Obrador con puras mentiras. Es mentira que tenga relación con Hugo Chávez. Es mentira que con deuda pública se hayan pagado los segundos pisos y el apoyo a nuestros viejitos. Se hicieron con buen gobierno, ahorro y honradez. No calumnien.
Congress is a mess. Corruption, waste, incompetence. Tim Mahoney is a common-sense businessman who believes in faith, family, and personal responsibility. He'll stand up for us.
We need to have people in Washington who understand that their job isn't to be a Democrat or a Republican. Their job is to be an American. Their job is to go to Washington and to try to find a way to work together so that the American people succeed. I'm Tim Mahoney, and I approve this message.
The difference for Congress is clear. Tim Mahoney's record, a nasty, negative, dishonest campaign, and questionable business decisions. Mark Foley, a record of helping Florida, fighting for lower taxes for families, protecting missing and exploited children, protecting our Everglades, and taking on the Bush administration to improve veterans' health care. Congressman Mark Foley, a proven leader with a record we can be proud of. Mark Foley, our congressman.
I'm Mark Foley, and I approve this message.
Harold Ford looks nice. Isn't that enough? Terrorists need their privacy.
When I die, Harold Ford will let me pay taxes again.
Ford's right. I do have too many guns.
I met Harold at the Playboy party.
I'd love to pay higher marriage taxes.
Canada can take care of North Korea. They're not busy.
So we took money from porn movie producers. I mean, who hasn't?
The Republican National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Harold, call me.
I started church the old-fashioned way. I was forced to, and I'm better for it. I'm Harold Ford Jr., and here I learned the difference between right and wrong. And now Mr. Corker's doing wrong. First spending millions telling untruths about his Republican opponents, both of them good men, and now me. I voted for the Patriot Act, $5 trillion in defense, and against amnesty for illegals. I approve this message because I won't let them make me someone I'm not, and I'll always fight for you. Give me that chance.
This is about who gets it done. And in 5 years, you're going to be blown away.
Meet Dick DeVos. Dick DeVos is running for governor of Michigan. But suppose his last job was as president of an organization that tortured puppies.
Oh.
Would you really say, I don't care about his resume. He might have some new ideas for Michigan's economy? Well, Dick DeVos wasn't president of Puppy Stomp. But he was president of Amway, the notorious pyramid scheme promising financial freedom to millions while more than 99% of all inductees lose their money. Meet Jennifer Granholm. Granholm hasn't been the perfect governor, but she wasn't president of Amway. To recap, president of Amway? Not president of Amway. Sometimes it really is that simple.
Cześć. Mamy ten kontrakt od rządu. Trzeba jeszcze tylko posmarować opozycji. I sprawa załatwiona. Tak. Mamy ich wszystkich w kieszeni. Mordo ty moja! Wiem, że nie biorą. Trzeba skończyć z tym Ziobrą i Kaczyńskim. I wracamy do gry. Czy wrócą? Zdecyduj ty.
Well, go on then, call an ambulance.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna send him off to one of your filthy hospitals.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
He'll probably catch one of those frightful MRSA bugs. Why can't we send him to a private hospital?
Oh yeah, private. Private, you would say that. You were never too fond of the NHS, were you? I remember the shocking state it was in when we inherited it.
That was 8 years ago. You could at least have cleaned it. Oh, that's fantastic. Where's a community support officer when you need one?
Why don't you just go away? Actually, what are you doing around here anyway? You must be desperate for votes.
I'm not going anywhere. This man needs me. I'm staying.
Why are you even pretending that you care? Your lot wouldn't even have let him in the country. He's not British.
Really? Oh, don't touch him. He looks like he's got an infection. Probably TB. Now, our policy is to test them, not just give them a passport and wave them through.
Don't listen to him. You're going to be okay. Trust me.
Trust? With your record? Typical Labour spin.
Thanks for last night. You were fantastic.
I'm so glad you chose me. You know I've got great plans for us. I was thinking this morning we should pop down to Heathrow and test all the foreigners for AIDS. Then maybe this afternoon we can open lots of new prisons.
Look, could you just get out?
You can't just change your mind. Last night you said I could stay. So I'm going to be around for the next 4 years.
Hello, chaps. Come in. Make yourselves at home.
What do you think you're doing? You can't just invite anyone round.
I think you'll find I can do what the hell I like. 4 years.
Look, whatever happened last night was a mistake.
Say that? Can't you see everything's so perfect now?
That marvellous game of Twister, where the whole street is
Anthony!
Sarah, I thought we had a future. I mean, I know it's been tough, but think about all the wonderful things we've achieved together. The house, the job, all the holidays.
But what about the war and all those inquiries?
Look, that would have happened anyway. And a lot of the facts have been twisted by malicious journalists.
Look, why don't you stay? Please stay, I've been so stupid.
I would, but I can't. You've made your choice. Maybe give me a call in a few years.
You can't just change your mind. Last night you said I could stay. So I'm going to be around for the next 4 years.
John Kerry says we have to get back to the place where terrorists are a nuisance, like gambling and prostitution. Terrorists a nuisance? Terrorists have declared war on America, brutally murdering Americans. Against terrorism. Is John Kerry too weak? He voted against funding our troops, denying them the safety of body armor. What would John Kerry do as president? No one knows. John Kerry doesn't even know. The Republican National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Ladies and gentlemen, President George W. Bush.
Saddam Hussein had an advanced nuclear weapons development program. Saddam Hussein recently sought significant quantities of uranium from Africa. Saddam Hussein aids and protects terrorists, including members of Al-Qaeda.
In his 12 years as governor, Bill Clinton has doubled his state's debt, doubled government spending, and signed the largest tax increase in his state's history. Yet his state remains the 45th worst in which to work, the 45th worst for children. It has the worst environmental policy, and the FBI says Arkansas had America's biggest increase in the rate of serious crime. And now Bill Clinton wants to do for America what he's done for Arkansas. America can't take that risk.
You're looking at the results of years of Republican neglect, the highest unemployment in 8 years. The Republicans actually stalled the extension of unemployment benefits, blocked a middle-class tax cut that would help the economy, cut Medicare for senior citizens, and tried to reduce college loans. The Republican leadership, a record of failure, the highest unemployment in 8 years, the worst economic record since the Great Depression. Aren't you ready to say enough is enough? Vote Democratic for a change.
Hay una nueva mayoría que no improvisa, que día a día se prepara a fondo, que invierte hoy tiempo y esfuerzo para participar del mañana. La nueva mayoría que quiere puertas abiertas para demostrar que saben, que son capaces, que también para ellos es posible. La nueva mayoría que necesita oír que su esfuerzo de hoy valdrá la pena, que busca independencia, que sabe expresarse y quiere ser escuchada. Ellos son el impulso de una nueva etapa que nace hoy, en la que todos podemos participar. Una etapa de optimismo y progreso para todos los españoles. La nueva mayoría que espera un proyecto diferente. Un gobierno limpio y eficaz, capaz de poner en marcha soluciones nuevas. La nueva mayoría que confía en el Partido Popular, en sus hombres y mujeres, en su programa, para hacer que España avance desde hoy y demostrar que es posible.
La nueva mayoría de españoles está compuesta por los jóvenes que estudian o que buscan su primer empleo, por aquellos trabajadores que desgraciadamente están en el paro queriendo trabajar, por los trabajadores que están inquietos por lo que puede representar su futuro en términos de trabajo y en términos de prosperidad para sus familias, por las pequeñas y medianas empresas que necesitan más inversión para poder crear empleo, por los mayores que quieren ver con tranquilidad, con seguridad, cómo reciben sus prestaciones sociales, como por ejemplo sus pensiones, por todos los españoles que desean aportar su esfuerzo, su trabajo, su buena voluntad para la prosperidad, para el progreso de nuestro país. Y el Partido Popular representa la nueva mayoría. Por eso le pedimos su ayuda, para que con esa nueva mayoría podamos hacer lo que en este momento necesita más España. Un gobierno honrado y eficaz para todos los españoles.
Bienvenidos al proyecto de la nueva mayoría. Se abre una nueva etapa de trabajo, optimismo y progreso para todos los españoles, con la fuerza de un equipo preparado para tomar el relevo. Es el momento de recuperar la ilusión, la hora de poner en marcha un proyecto común que es tarea de todos, el compromiso de construir una España mejor. Con la nueva mayoría, con el Partido Popular. Hay una España en negativo, de la incertidumbre, del retroceso. Y una España en positivo. Nos quieren hacer creer que nada funciona. Quieren confundirnos y ocultar la realidad. Pero la mayoría sabe que España ha mejorado. Creen en ella y en su futuro. Les gusta vivir aquí. La derecha no cree en este país. Nada les parece bien. Miran hacia atrás y se oponen al progreso. Por eso, para la mayoría, la derecha no es la solución. Es el problema. Pero aún hay una España en positivo, la de hoy, la que no da la espalda a nadie, la que construye, vive y deja vivir. Por este país moderno, progresista y libre, el día 3 de marzo, en positivo, vota PSOE. Vota Felipe González. España en positivo.
Backwards? It's Schwarzenegger who's taking us backwards, with billions in corporate tax giveaways, cuts to schools, and just like George Bush, Schwarzenegger's saddled us with billions in debt.
I'm Phil Angelides, and I'll get California moving in the right direction. I'll balance the budget, fully fund our schools, and roll back college tuition and fees. I'll close corporate tax loopholes, and I'll put a stop to tax hikes on middle-class families.
Phil Angelides for governor, the right direction for California.
Would you drive backwards? Walk backwards? Then why take California backwards to a time we never want to see again? When soaring taxes force jobs and businesses to flee our state, that's where Phil Angelides has promised to take our families with his $10 billion in new taxes. Or we can keep moving forward, protecting the California dream for you and your family. That's our choice.
It's 3 a.m. and your children are safe and asleep. But there's a phone ringing in the White House. Something's happening in the world. When that call gets answered, shouldn't the president be the one, the only one, who had judgment and courage to oppose the Iraq war from the start? Who understood the real threat to America was Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, not Iraq? Who led the effort to secure loose nuclear weapons around the globe? In a dangerous world, it's judgment that matters.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
It's 3 a.m. and your children are safe and asleep. But there's a phone in the White House and it's ringing. Something's happening in the world. Your vote will decide who answers that call. Whether it's someone who already knows the world's leaders, knows the military, someone tested and ready to lead in a dangerous world. It's 3 a.m. and your children are safe and asleep. Who do you want answering the phone?
I'm Hillary Clinton and I approve this message.
¿Qué harías con 110 millones de pesos? Se podrían comprar más de 2 millones de despensas, más de 30 millones de desayunos escolares, o se podrían atender 44,000 embarazos. Como gobernador, esto es lo que el señor Madrazo pudo haber hecho con los impuestos de los tabasqueños, pero ese dinero se lo gastó en su publicidad. Es hora de cambiar, que el poder sirva a la gente.
El candidato oficial a Bastida es un perfecto fracasado. Fracasó en seguridad y en todo. En Tabasco cambié la inseguridad por seguridad. Lo dejé en 0 secuestros. Yo, Lo que prometo, lo cumplo.
Dale un madrazo a la inseguridad.
¡Y aquí siempre no se puede!
Señor Gobernador Vicente Fox, gracias por interrumpir su campaña proselitista y venir a Guanajuato para entregar su cuarto informe. Dice que le gusta escuchar a la gente, escuche.
Donde quiera que se encuentre. Ya crecimos al 15%.
Pero en analfabetismo. En 3 años, 220,000 guanajuatenses tuvieron que emigrar.
¿Dónde quedó la tierra de oportunidades que prometió?
En servicios de salud, ocupamos el último lugar.
Y seguramente usted es el último en enterarse.
Soy hija adoptiva de Guanajuato. Me casé a los 20 años, él se fue, nos abandonó. Lo más desesperante era que mis chiquitos necesitaban comer. ¿Ahora qué puedo vender? ¿Qué puedo hacer? Hojeando una revista vi que mini pizzas. Dije, bueno, hay este programa del gobierno del estado, ¿verdad? Te prestan para trabajar y te enseñan a ahorrar. Y nos llega el primer préstamo. Ese préstamo para mí ha sido algo así como una tablita de salvación. Sí me he esforzado, pero sí vale la pena. ¿Dónde es tu tierra donde te va bien? Yo soy de Guanajuato.
Cuarto informe de gobierno de Vicente Fox. Guanajuato, tierra de oportunidades.